Testing 1, 2, 3.
This show carries a government health warning.
Oh, no!
Rise and shine, sleepyhead. It's a brand new day.
Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale.
Now prepare to experience the most outrageous man on radio.
The station for more fun in the sun.
It's an excursion into the odd and into the very, very different.
Good morning.
Quality, quantity, and variety.
ROCKFLUX.
Let's get this show on the road.
But each of them subservient to that monitor in his brain, that intruder which instructs, coordinates, protects the project.
Thank you.
Okay.
I think that was from An Outer Limits, that early line from the same guy who said in Apocalypse Now, like the smell of napalm in the morning. Which we used to play that kind of stuff before, but that used to like drive people like batty when I used to do that kind of stuff, you know. And I don't know Henry Kissinger's here or not today. What did I used to call those things? I'm dreaming of something that used to exist that I can no longer find. That whenever I used to play it, people used to go crazy, and I can't find it. So I'm not going to worry about it. Let's just go right to the weather.
The Weather Watch forecast.
And as you know, I'm in the mid-Atlantic states. It's currently 39 degrees outside of my studio, east of the Ohio Valley, west of the Atlantic Ocean. So figure it out. And the Appalachian Mountains run north, not, like through here, not too far away. The forecast so far is still holding at being a sunny week up till Friday when the clouds start. And I see they went from 10% to 20% chance of precipitation on Friday. So Friday's the day we got to look out for. We may have a crappy weekend, but it may be warm. Today's high is going to be 68, low 43. If you want to risk it, you can plant today. If you're within, earshot of this web broadcast. No, if you're somewhere in this area and south, but you might want to wait another day. I think I may plant some stuff today because I have nothing better to do. I thought I would be going somewhere today, but it seems like that's been postponed till tomorrow. The rest of the week's going to be in the 70s, and the nighttime temperatures are going to be anywhere from high 45 tomorrow to like 50, 57, 63, respectively, as we go down the list. So that's your...
The Weather Watch forecast.
All right, that brings us to the show. And in case you didn't know...
You're listening to Tony Caravan Live.
Now, the name of the show is Fools. You're wasting what little time you have left. Don't say I didn't warn you. And in case you're looking at this on some stupid, tiny, small screen, someday soon, here's what the title card says. Someday soon, the sun will shed its outer surface and or there will be a CME so powerful that most life on Earth will be extinguished, a.k.a., right, also known as, an extinction event. And you're an app addict obsessed with socio-economic geopolitics. You can inflection in that is important. And you're an app addict obsessed with socio-economic geopolitics while we're staring down the barrel of an extinction event. Think about it. Be nice, though. Have a nice day. What did I say earlier, or did we say?
Good morning.
There you go. Me, 425. I felt like crap the past couple of days. I told you I fell the other day. You should see the thing on my knee. Heart was racing. It was like fluttering. Man, I thought I was like a goner. Even halfway through the night, it still was like I was worried. In a sense where a person who doesn't worry can be worried. My coffee's hotter than hell. I put an extra cup in to try to semi-dilute it a little bit, but there's a little piece of 85% cacao and a dash of pure vanilla extract to just like kind of mellow it out a little bit. The cacao and coffee are supposedly good for the old digestive tract, clearing out the pipes, so to speak. Anyway, here I am. My audio in my ear is an exact. That's a little bit better. Okay. I don't think I had the headphone in right. So anyway, I'm just winging it. What do you guys think? I'm winging it.
This is really funny. Really funny.
Yeah, really funny. I wasn't even going to do a show anymore. Probably going to quit doing these shows. Yeah, I don't know. Enough's enough. Oh, yesterday I watched a playback myself. And see, if I don't hit this thing called display capture, when I go to open up the browser, and I have to open up a different browser for this. Yeah, did you see that face? Let's see. Maybe it's not showing up. It's not showing up. I see. That's what happened. I did do everything correct, but it's the browser that's not showing up. You're missing out. I gotta. I thought I did something. I'm gonna probably get kicked off the air for this. I mean, accidentally, just because technical reasons. I opened a browser and now I'm trying to close it, and I'm getting a spinning wheel. But I still seem to have an excellent connection here. So it looks like it finally closed that browser. All right, let's do this again. Display capture. We're going to have to try to do this the hard way and see if it allows me in. New window. If I go to YouTube, you know I have a channel on YouTube called ROCKFLUX. Look at that's what's going on YouTube right now. You don't see me listed there. You see my show's not listed? Anyway, let's go to ROCKFLUX. Let's see what happens. There we go. My show's listed live now if you search for it. So you have to search for it. But if you don't know about it, how are you going to find it? Now on here, there's a link to my Instagram page. There we go. And this is what I wanted to show you. This is before the rain. No, we don't want to do that. You're telling me I have to log in? Okay, forget about that. Anyway, my Instagram page is Tony Caravan Live. You could follow me. Nobody follows me. But this should be enough for you to grasp grasp things. So as you can see, what happens if I just get rid of that and then try clicking here? No, same deal. You can see over here, these are some lettuce and kale plants. Here's some lettuce starts. This is the inside of my mini greenhouse, and that's about the size of it. This is some Swiss chard. This is the rat, and this is a mourning dove looking at the rat. I still have to deal with that rat, big time. This is over here is a basically it's a sage plant that's recovered from last year. This is where I had started some of the salad and outside. See, I use a storm window to cover it for frost. This is the rat hole, and this is a bunch of last year's oregano growing up on its own. And of course, I have I have a boatload of posts. There's actually kale I took out from this year. because these are current pictures from this year, because you could see like the snowbird photo there on the left. That's when the snows were but we had a couple nice days, and then you could see I was planting my garden, and then we get into snow, and when I was still eating cereal and all that happy, what. Okay, that's that. And by the way, in case you didn't know it, so the name of my website is ROCKFLUX. And if you go to my site, you'll be directed to this. And for some reason, it puts the live video second. That's yesterday's video. But as you can see here, and we might as well just do it real quick, look at all these really cool title cards. This is an endless list of shows. You see how it just keeps, look at them. Can you imagine how many videos I have? And the variety, it's just insane. Look at this. We're just into December now, and we went back to the full year. Still in December, really. It's crazy. It's really crazy. But you could see here comes the sun, what's really going on. You can see I've talked about this topic a couple of times. Right? But despite all these fantastic cards and these ridiculous amount of videos, I believe it's somewhere up to 600 now. Videos. And the earlier this is even before I was professionally producing in some of these videos, and those things were even outrageous. You see what I'm saying? Now, why would I have 0 views? Let me just turn off this thing here. 0 views live. You see how, because I'm hidden. In other words, it's there. They could say, well, we're not hiding. I mean, we're not. You're on YouTube. Yeah, but someone has to type in ROCKFLUX. Right? I mean, I've had somebody suggest, well, change the name. Like, I'm not going to use the morning show anymore, though. That's why I recommend, but I'll keep selling these. You can still get the morning show mugs, and you can get the morning show shirts and stuff. They're collector's items, and why not? The morning show with Tony C. So it's like, classic, And it still is a morning show. It's 4:33 a.m. Eastern Time on the 9th of May, calendar year 2022, in the former United States. And as I showed you before, I'm wearing the Then What shirt as opposed to the Then What hoodie, which I also have. These are real comfortable shirts, It's kind of a neat material, this one, It's like a cottony, just feels good. Been washed a bunch of times. They don't shrink. I always buy a shirt a size larger just because I like, the extra space. But this one I didn't. This is, this one's about the size. Form-fitting, I guess you could say, more or less. Kind of. But there's still room in it. But that's what it's really all about here. It's about getting the word out to people that, life is precious. Life is short. Life is full of surprises. Life, one day you're feeling good. The next day you got a freaking pain. The next thing you know, you're in a hospital or something, with the diagnosis of something you never thought you would have, right? And then there are these existential threats, real existential threats, not like Russia, or that kind of stuff. Like I'm saying, things you're seeing on the news. Because the news isn't telling, the news is not telling you that the sun is on the verge of basically either releasing a major CME at some point in your lifetime. Like that song, Any Day Now, right? Ronnie Millsap made it famous, but guy I used to manage named Arthur Goldstein used to perform that song live. Man, his version was better than Millsap's. And he actually used to perform that live before Millsap recorded it, which is interesting. New Day Coming or something like that. That was Arthur Goldstein's album. That's a rare collector's item. If you could find it, get it. I believe it may be available somewhere. I don't manage them anymore. We're talking about ancient times, really ancient times. That if I told you when, you would say that face doesn't match it. But be that as it may, any day now, the sun, or as Doug Vogt and Suspicious Observers, Ben Davidson, you check out those sites, they'll tell you that every 12,000 years, the sun, just throws its outer shell out and wreaks havoc on the earth. I've read that. The CIA had that report since, the 60s or something, and they had it classified. Now it's declassified. It's available at cia.gov. Everything I speak here is truth. And I've read that on 2 different occasions over the past 600 some odd shows. And it's too fantastical to even believe. It's just outrageous. So I just wanted to bring that up as a point. It's not like I'm going to get into this, into like super detail on this. It's just there's the takeaway is the bottom part. Like I say, if you're looking at this on a large screen, a desktop or a decent sized laptop, or what I do is I watch YouTube on TV, right? Smart TV, or use a plug-in, a dongle, like Fire TV. That's what I'm using. But anyway, the idea is there's all these things, right? And it's even like natural disasters. And people are obsessed. They're like app addicts, obsessed with socioeconomic geopolitics, even though they have no idea what socioeconomic geopolitics is, and that's the real reason why the U.S. is no longer a government. It's a corporatocracy, and the marionettes are the media and politicians, controlled by the corporatocracy, and you're a puppet of a puppet, right? And that everything you see on the media and hear from politicians is hypocrisy for profit. Okay. That said, which we say all the time, it blows my mind, as they would say in the 60s, that people could be that, just out of touch with reality and just have such a, no interest in like the future. And these are people, some of these people who have families and stuff. And they're sending their kids off to school right after maternity leave. I'm sorry if that's insulting. But I mean, the point of the matter is, this thing isn't going to go on forever. There are so many threats to our existence. I mean, forget the existential and the sun doing its thing, okay? I'm assuming that's a NASA JPL photo. I don't know if JPL was involved in that one or not, but it's a NASA photo. So taxpayer dollars, right? Paid for that. But I'm not using somebody's stock photo, okay? But assume none of that stuff happens, that we dodge the proverbial bullet, right? Well, the country's turned into a totalitarian state. I mean, for crying out loud, right? Politics isn't going to change anything. Like I say, what did they say? 40,000 people a week here in the U.S. are dying of things that are preventable, yet our government's sending like billions of dollars overseas for a war that we know nothing about. And believe me, you do not know what you don't know, like it says right over here. which you should have on a shirt, just like you should have a Then What shirt. You know? That's why I've taken this attitude of like, why do I even bother talking to you people anymore? And I know, it's like, yeah. It's like yesterday this thing became clear to me.
Why do you think your own survival depends upon emotion from us? Should we pity you? Empathize with your plight?
Well, that's rather cold. But, it makes sense. It's making more and more sense by the day. So, yeah, I had a decent night's sleep. Yesterday I was outside. I did a little bit of mow lawning, but my heart rate was up for some reason. I don't know. It was just weird. I don't know if it was an aftershock of having taken a spill or what it was. Weird things happen. The human, as you get a little bit older, as you get older, you're just not, in your mind, you're the same. And if you eat well and stuff, generally physically, you could, you can maintain a somewhat, feeling like you don't feel old but you have to come to the acceptance that, as time goes on, it's like I always say, for most people, it starts in their late 30s or early 40s, somewhere around the 40 mark is when they find themselves squinting to read, small print and stuff, or getting a migraine after they read a book or do something. And they don't realize that their eyes are going and they got to get reading glasses. That's what these are, reading glasses. I say that. They're playing with me. I'm getting it. Hang in there. Hopefully they don't cut me off. No data. The stream will end shortly. I'm so tired of doing this. I don't know if I'll even come back if they do this to me. There's no reason. I have a very strong internet connection and I'm not using any other apps. If you can hear my voice, hang in there. I'm still broadcasting. Unless you restart it in your streaming software. No data. I didn't even know how to restart it. There is no restart.